Most people are terrified of being alone. The moment there is silence, they reach for a distraction, a screen, a conversation, a crowd. They flee from solitude because, in the stillness, they are forced to confront the one person they don't truly know, themselves. We believe that to be alone is to be lonely, and to be lonely is a failure. But the man who cannot be happy alone will never be truly happy with others. He will always be a beggar searching for his worth in the presence of the tribe. Miyamoto Musashi spent the final years of his life in a cave called Undo. He had no servants, no comforts, and no audience. A former rival, now an old man, trekked up the mountain to find him. He expected to find a miserable hermit, broken by isolation. Instead, he found Musashi sitting in perfect stillness, his spirit as sharp as the edge of a blade. "Musashi," the old man asked, "how do you endure this? You were once the most famous man in Japan. Now, you have only the wind and the rocks. Does the silence not drive you mad?" Musashi looked at the old man, his eyes clear and deep. "You call it silence because you have forgotten how to listen. I have never been less alone than I am right now. I have finally rid myself of the noise of other people's expectations. In this cave, I have found the only companion that matters, the truth." Musashi invited the man to sit. The Stoics in the West taught that a man should be able to find a retreat within his own mind. But most men's minds are too cluttered with the debris of the world to find peace there. They need the physical silence of the mountain to clear the wreckage. Solitude, Musashi explained, is not a punishment. It is a filtration system. When you are with others, you are constantly reacting. You are performing. You are adjusting your mask. You are breathing in the anxieties and the vanities of the crowd. But when you are alone, the mask falls away. The performative self dies. What remains is your original face. "But master," the man said, "man is a social animal. We need the warmth of others to survive." "To survive, yes," Musashi replied. "But to excel, you must be able to stand on your own. If your peace of mind depends on a friend's visit or a crowd's applause, you are a slave to their schedule. The warrior who has mastered solitude is the only one who is truly free. He goes into the crowd by choice, not out of a desperate need to escape himself." In my book, The Descartes, The Way of Walking Alone, I wrote, "Seek no pleasure for its own sake." Why? Because pleasure is usually a distraction from the work of the soul. In solitude, there is no pleasure, but there is something much greater: clarity. You learn to distinguish your own thoughts from the echoes of society. You learn to rely on your own judgment. The time you spend alone is not wasted time. It is training time. It is where you build the inner citadel that the Stoics speak of. If you can sit in a room for an hour with nothing but your own thoughts and be at peace, you have achieved a victory that no army can take from you. Musashi stood up and looked out at the vast valley below. "Go back to the city, old friend. But remember, if you want to find your strength, you must first find your silence. Do not fear the dark or the quiet. They are the forge of the spirit. The world is designed to keep you distracted, because a distracted man is a man who can be controlled. Reclaim your power by reclaiming your solitude. Start small: 10 minutes of silence, a walk without music, a meal without a screen. Stop running from yourself. Embrace the lone path. When you learn to be your own best companion, you become unshakable, for you are no longer a beggar for the world's attention. The strongest man is he who stands most alone.